Okay, so we've got another Wedge Wednesday for you today, and what we're just going to have a little look at is just these little, what we would term as a finesse wedge shot, so something around about maybe 30 yards and less. And what's important on these shots is that in order to try and keep the ball on the green, we're going to stop the ball more with the landing angle than we are with the spin. Because of the length of the shot being required will be relatively short, you're not really going to create enough speed to create enough spin to stop the ball. So we need to make sure we've got enough of a launch angle on the ball so that it would come down steep enough that it's going to stay on the green. One of the key factors is that when we see people play this shot, very often we see as the club comes back, the club face comes back really what we term as quite closed, where the face of the club is looking to the ground. Now this is going to lead to the club digging in a little bit too much and obviously taking too much loft off the club. So one thing you want to do when you're just playing these little shots is when you're swinging back to about shaft level with the ground, just check that the leading edge of the club is pretty much straight up to the sky. You may even notice there's a slight sort of cupping in the left wrist. We don't really want the left wrist arching out too much or going into flexion. We're trying to just keep a little bend in the left wrist and just have a slight sense of the club face opening ever so slightly. That way we can use a little bit of the bounce and keep some of the loft on the club. Now a great exercise to help you with this, just to hold the wedge with your right hand only. Just put your left hand, support the top of your right arm, and then just sort of feel like you're making some swings where the right forearm just very slightly rotates a little bit. And then you can see if I put my left hand on the club, there's that position we're just talking about, slight bend in the left wrist and the leading edge of the club up to the sky. And this is great just for helping you sort of sense how you can just let the loft of the club do the job for you and just pop it up and into the air. So again, it's not this sort of a look where the club face is too closed. We're just trying to feel as a very slight rotation in the forearms. We're then just going to let the club just pass underneath it, keep a little bit of height on it. So give that a little go on these little finesse wedge shots.